Hey guys, this is Jay for the Household Guru. Thank you for coming back and watching my video. If you're new here, I do vlogs. I also do some cleaning videos and share some of my recipes sometimes. And I do budgeting videos. For today's video, I'm very excited because I'm going to share with you guys my first paycheck overview in November. So what I do at the beginning of the month, I always do my budget calendar. I'm gonna show you how my November budget calendar looks like. I laid out all my bills all throughout the month that I needed to take care, as well as appointments and activities that I know that will cost us money. A great example of those activities that I have to take care, that I know that I'm gonna spend money on, is a birthday party that my youngest daughter will attend on the 23rd, as well as a movie date on the same day. We also have a doctor's appointment coming up on the 25th. I know that I'm going to pay parking for those appointments, so I have allotted money towards those that will go into our miscellaneous envelope. Stick towards the end of the video because I'm going to share 3 tips that will help you to not use your credit card and help you not to dip into your savings account during holiday seasons. Stick around, watch the video till the end. I'm going to share you all those tips. So as you all know, I use a budget calendar method. Every first of the month, I take care of those budget calendar. I fill them in with all the expenses that we have in the whole month. And in November, I also started doing a monthly budget overview. So what I do before I tackled my paycheck bill tracker each and every pay in a month, I do my monthly budget overview. This will give me a guide on what bills I have to pay for the whole month, as well as the amount that I have to pay, as well as due dates and all that. But I'm gonna tell you that I don't really base on due dates when I separate my bills into 2 different paychecks, because I get paid every 2 weeks. I have a lot of bills that are due mostly towards the end of the month. So if I base it on due dates alone, I will have fewer bills that my first paycheck in November will cover. So what that means for me, I will have a lot of money left over after paying all the bills that are due before my second paycheck comes. So what's gonna happen then? I'm worried that I'm going to just spend it along the way until my second paycheck comes and not utilizing that money better. So when my second paycheck comes, I have less money and I have a lot more bigger bills to pay. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run out of money and I'm gonna dip into my credit card to pay all those remaining bills that my second paycheck won't cover. That is the main reason why I don't base on the due dates alone when I am utilizing my money. Like for example, I have my car and my life insurance and our home insurance bundled up together. My life insurance are due on the 21st, but my home and my auto insurance are due by the end of the month. So I have that. I know I will have that big chunk of bills coming out from my last paycheck if I waited or if I based it on the due date. So what I do, I split it in half. I pay half on my first paycheck and I pay half on the second paycheck of November. That way, I don't have to pay the full $284 towards the end of the month on top of the bills that I already have allotted for my second paycheck. So if I put all of those big bills towards the end of the month and don't worry about it on my first paycheck, I'm gonna end up paying so much money with so little money coming in as my income. So I will end up digging into probably our savings account or my credit card. Okay, so this is my monthly overview. Everything that I have to pay every month. These bills I refer them as my clockwork bill. The necessities, the bills that I have to pay either way. These are my variables. These amounts change every single month. I have my savings in here that I know I'm going to put away in November. I have my sinking funds for the month of November, and I have all my debt that I needed to pay in the month of November. I really like having this budget monthly calendar because it gives me a good view of what bills I have for the whole month. Aside from doing this, it gives me a good picture of when everything is due and when is everything is happening. I highly suggest you guys have your own monthly budget calendar. It doesn't have to be fancy. I just printed this off of Google and stick it into my notebook and use highlighter so that I don't get confused which bill cover which paycheck cover which bill. Let's move on into my paycheck bill tracker. I want to make this really quickly, so I have filled out everything already. I just want to give you an overview of what I did with my money that I'm gonna get on November 14th. November 14th, I will get $25.66 from just my pay and my husband's money and everything. I have $90. This $90 are coming from our Christmas sinking fund because, as you could notice on my November calendar, I put in Christmas shopping. I'm gonna take you over to my last paycheck in October. As you can see here, I have put away $80 towards our Christmas envelope, and that will give me $90 total by the end of October. Now, we are in November, and that $90, I'm gonna pull it out from our Christmas envelope, take that $90 and add that onto our income, which makes our income $26.56. And this $90 we are going to use towards our Christmas shopping. For the fixed expenses, these are the bills that I would like to be covered from my first paycheck. Our mortgage, we always pay mortgage. We pay our mortgage bi-weekly, so we have to put away money every time we get paid. Now, for my insurance, as you can see on my monthly overview, my car, life, and home insurance are all this amount here, $18.92 and $264.69, and that will make it a total of $284, I believe. And I split it into half, so I will put away $145 this pay, and the other half, the second paycheck in November, will cover that. My phone bill is due on the 12th or the 1st of December. My second paycheck could cover that, so I didn't put away money towards that. But same due date, my internet is a little bit more higher, so I would like to cover it from my first paycheck. Our electric bill, our in-bridge is a little bit high as well, so I would like that to get covered from this paycheck, although the due date is the 28th and I get paid on the 28th, but I would like that covered from this paycheck so that I don't have to worry about that later on. I put away an amount for our hydro. As you could notice here on my monthly overview, I have budgeted $80 for the month of November to be put away for our hydro. On the first paycheck in November, I will put away $50 just so I only have to put away $30 on my second paycheck. It's totally different from what I was doing back in October, but you know, you learn as you go, you change your budgeting as you go, and see what works for you better. So now these are all my fixed expenses for the first paycheck, and that's total to 15, 12, and 23 cents. I deduct this amount from the 26.56 and I have 11.43 and 77 cents left over. Now let's tackle my variables. I always allotted $200 for my groceries. That grocery will cover food, household items, toiletries, and cleaning products in the house. My gas, I have allotted $60 for the 2 weeks. And my personal, I only put $5 because that's all I could afford. For my personal expenses, I don't have that much expenses on my personal expenses. I don't spend too much money. I don't go out for coffee. I make my coffee every day. So for this pay, I have allotted $100 towards our fun money because as you could see in my calendar, as I said earlier, we are going to go to a movie. So that $100 will cover our movie passes, our snacks. I'm going to get some snackies from the dollar store so that we're only gonna get popcorn from the movie theater, and that will save us a lot of money. Our miscellaneous money is $40. That will cover Haven's birthday party that she's going to attend, and the doctor's appointment for the parking money. I put in a little bit more because sometimes you don't know, there's some expenses that comes up and you don't have any budget for it. And then that's total to 405, deducted from 1143, that will give me 738 left over. Let's move on to my sinking funds. So this paycheck, the total Christmas shopping money, I have $140 that we are going to use on Saturday to slowly get people some gift, and that will leave me $598 left over. Now let's pay our debts. So for this pay, I'm going to pay these bills right here, and that will total to $261. Deduct it from $598.77. It will give me a leftover of $377.77. Now, savings. My husband and I are doing this 52 or 26 paycheck saving challenge towards our vacation money, and that will give us a $5,000 by the beginning of October next year if we stick to it. So from our 2 paychecks, we are already at $250. So this pay, we have to put away $75. So from between the two of us, we have to put away $37 and $50 each of us, and that will bring our balance to $320. So that's where this $37 and $50 is coming from. I have to put away $100 for my daughter's RESP, and I'm going to put away $200.20. Why 20 cents? I just want to balance it out just so I don't have a lot of leftovers. So I'm probably just gonna put $200. I'll put $200, and that will give me a total of $337.50. I messed up a little bit with my computation here because this should balance, but I put 377 instead of just 337.77. So this savings right here gives me a total of $337.50, which is very close to this total, which makes our budgeting balance. For you to be able to know if you did all your numbers right, you could do this computation. So your total 15, 12, 23, which is here, plus your total of variables, which is 405, plus my sinking funds, which is 140, plus the debt payment, which is 261, plus my savings money, which is 337.70 or 50, and that gives me a total of $26.55.93, which is very close to this amount right here. I have 70 cents left over. So 26.56 minus 26.55.93, and that leaves me a 70 cents difference, which is not bad. So that means you budget your money right, you allotted the right numbers on your budget right, and you work your numbers really well. Now I'm going to explain to you why these has different markers on them. As you could notice up top, I have put this legend in here, as you can see. I call that my legend. So this is my TD, this is my PC, and this is my cash envelopes. What that means is When I have all my money that I got from all the pays that I have, these amounts that are highlighted in this color will go into my TD account. All of the expense, all the numbers that are highlighted in orange will go into my PC account. All of this. These are all gonna go into my PC account. Now, all the numbers that are highlighted in blue, I will pull those out from my checking account and put it in my envelope. My groceries, my personal expenses, all of this highlighted in blue has to be taken out from my checking account and put into my envelope. That's how I work my budget. I hope you guys kind of understand how I work my budget now. And it's really exciting because I learned so much along the way, and I kind of tweak my budgeting method just so it works well with my situation. So that is all how I budget my money for the first paycheck in November. I know it's a month away from the holidays. I just started budgeting recently, and when you first start your budget, you don't have a lot of money to put away towards sinking funds. I mentioned or I explained sinking funds to you before, but if you're new here, sinking funds are basically a cash-based savings account. You keep it in one of these envelopes for events that you want to plan ahead for. Like, for example, you want to plan ahead for your Christmas expenses. But if you want to start all the way back in January, you're covered because you could put away a little bit of money every pay, and by the end of the year you will have money that you have budgeted for Christmas expenses. But most of us, when I start budgeting in August, I barely have money to put away towards savings or sinking funds. And there are some ways that you could still do it and avoid dipping into your credit cards and have your Christmas expenses covered. We have Christmas Day get together, so we know that we're going to make a dish, spend money for that, spend money for food. We know that we're going to spend money for a gift. I know that I have to send a little bit more money to my mom back in the Philippines for the Christmas money. This year, I would like to host a dinner for my immediate family. Just to have a simple dinner at home. I know that I'm gonna have to have or spend money for that as well. How I'm gonna do it? I only have a month to prepare for all of this. I hope you guys are doing this as well. Is collect points towards your grocery shopping. There are a lot of apps out there that could help you accumulate points. The first app that will help you accumulate points really fast is PC Points. The PC financial points, and use that. Either you could use that for your grocery shopping or towards your Christmas gift shopping. What I do for mine, as you could notice, I have accumulated 60,000 points, and that will give me $60. I could use that towards grocery for my holiday dinners, or I could use that money for my Christmas shopping, or for me, I have decided to use that money to send my mom a little bit of Christmas money. So you're gonna ask me how I'm gonna convert that into cash because I could only use it for groceries. So what I do for mine, I use cash for my grocery shopping. So what I do when I decided to use that $60, but I'm gonna wait until the end or middle of December before claiming it, because now I have $60. I still have a few more shopping trips that I'm going to do, and I probably could still accumulate 10,000 points from my shopping trips. So that will give me $70 towards my money to be sent over to my mom. So what I do when I do my grocery shopping, I use cash, as I said. So before I pay with my cash, I'm gonna tell the cashier that I'm going to use my $70 towards my groceries. Now, I usually have $200 budget for my groceries. So now that I'm going to use my points, I only have to pay the remaining, which is, let's say, $130. So I'm going to pay $130 cash, and I'm gonna keep the $70 to myself. That $70 will go towards anything. For me, I'm gonna send that to my mom because that's the only money I have allotted to be sent over to her for her Christmas money. So you just converted that 60 or 70,000 points into cash that you can use towards anything. It's not just towards groceries. You could actually convert that into cash. Now, if I have to pay debit and I have $200 budget for my groceries, the $70 will stay in my checking account and just pay $130 because I just used my 70,000 points. That's one thing that you could cover some of the holiday expenses that you have. The other thing is what I like to do, whatever savings goal that I have ongoing right now, I would put that on hold. I will skip November and December. As you can see, I am putting away $37.50, and then the next time I think I have to put away $100 and something towards our savings challenge. Our savings challenge. So what we decided to do, we are going to skip those months for our savings challenge and then pay them off later in the year. We could double up our contribution into those savings, but for November and December we have the option to put it on hold. Don't put money towards it. Same thing with your emergency fund. If you're currently building your emergency fund, you could skip the emergency fund for 2 months, November and December. The amount, whatever amount you're going to put into your emergency fund, hold on to that and use that to cover your holiday expenses. That's a great way to, kind of save money towards your holiday expenses instead of just putting it into your emergency fund. And the last one is planning ahead. I'm gonna host a dinner, and I have a dinner that we're going to go to. That means I have to spend money for food. So what I like to do from now on, from November up until December, before the holiday, I know that I'm going to do 3 grocery trips, because I'm doing grocery trips like twice a month, like every 2 weeks we do groceries. So I know that I have 3 grocery trips to go to. Now, I would like to plan ahead and see what I needed for all of those dinners. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to include some of the ingredients that I needed and incorporate them into my shopping trips. So I have my meal plan, and I'm gonna see what item that I could grab from now and won't get bad until December. So any canned goods, any non-perishable items, I'm gonna try and grab them as much as I can on those shopping trips, just so when we get to the holidays, I don't have to spend a lot of money for any of those dinners that I'm going to host and I'm going to go to. I'm only gonna grab some ingredients that I know that I have to grab closer to the date, otherwise they're gonna go bad. That's a great way to save you money. Incorporate those ingredients into your shopping trips right now, so that holiday comes, you don't have to spend money for all of those ingredients, because you're already slowly grabbing items from the groceries and stack them and have them ready when you need it in December. So those are the 3 simple tips that I want to share with you guys. I hope it will help you a little bit. It's still early in November. We still have time to kind of plan ahead for our holiday expenses, so that when holiday comes, you're not stressed and you're not panicking of what you're gonna do and ended up using your credit card. My goal this holiday is never use my credit card. I will make do with the cash that we have and cash flow everything. In the past few Christmases, we ended up dipping into our savings account. We ended up missing some payments in our debt, and that's not really very practical, because New Year comes, we're still struggling, getting ahead of our bills and catching up with our bills, because we just dodge all those debts and not pay them, and spend all our money with gifts and everything else. Our girls get so much gift on Christmas. It's just too much gift. And this year we're trying to explain to them that it's not all about the gift. We are trying to explain to them that there is a lot more to the holidays. It's not all about gift. There is some fun stuff that we can do, that we don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to get so many gifts in Christmas morning. You have to be thankful with whatever you're gonna get on Christmas morning. But anyways, those are all the tips that I want to share with you guys. I hope you get something. I hope this helps a little bit to ease up the stress and then panic mode during this time of the year, and I hope you guys get something from this. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't hit that red button down below as yet. It will help my channel grow, and please come back next time because there's a lot more videos coming up.